Hello everyone, this is Clay with DigiFactor, and how are y'all doing this evening? I hope y'all doing good. Anyway, this video isn't a tutorial or anything. It's basically sort of like a sneak peek of what I'm working on, and it is the final episode of Star Wars Kevin Eddy. This is episode 3. Now, I was calling it Star Wars Kevin Eddy Episode 3 Rescue the Rum, but I've changed it. So now I changed it from Episode 3 Rescue the Rum to Episode 3 Charles Rescues the Rum, due to the fact that, Kevin probably won't be. Well, actually, he will not be seen too much in this movie until like toward the end. So I had to have a main character. So I decided to use Charles as the main character because Kevin Eddy and Charles are actually good friends before I even met them. So more like they come first anyway. So. Also, I added 2 more characters, and all these characters that I have been doing are actually based off people that I work with, and they all love the idea. They're so excited that I'm actually putting them in this episode. So they will be revealed later on into this video, into the movie. So I'm not going to go in too much detail about what the movie is going to be about, but I will say this: I'm putting a lot more effort in this episode than I did the first 2. It being the last one, I figured I'd make the last one the best one. So I'm hoping it's the best one. Okay, but anyway, with all that said, I'm going to show you the set that, bless you, I'm going to show you the set of the second scene that I am working on. Now, I already have the first scene made, and to tell you the truth, guess who starts the episode? CP3O and R2D2. They start off the episode. And yeah, but now that I have the opening scene finished, I'm working on the second scene. And let me bring up the set and show you what the second scene looks like. Okay, this is the second scene. This is actually inside of Jabba's palace. Okay, and as you can see, I already have Jabba right over here. I've already animated most of this scene, half of this scene already. Jabba the Hutt is a model. Cut up into like 1, 2, 3, well actually 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, the head, 2 arms, and the mouth is actually animated by textures, and so are the eyes. So, and here, this guy right here is actually, I'm not going to tell you who it is. I don't want to let you know who it is, but I'll let you figure it out when you actually watch the video. And here is CP3O and R2D2. These models are actually split up into pieces, and they're animated with the keyframe. And I did a lot of complicated animation in the opening scene, and I'm pretty much doing the same thing here. It's really not that hard. I don't know why I said complicated. This was the only way I know how to explain it. There's just a lot of work into animating a custom character that's not part of Movie Zoo with the keyframe. But if you actually need a new character that's entirely different, you'll have to animate it yourself. Okay, and anyway, here is a new character that one of the new characters that I made, and he's actually from Return of the Jedi. So, and his name is Bibforta, or I can't say his name. But he was one of the characters that I needed for the opening scene. Okay, and these characters I had for a while, made back in the day when I first started movies. Okay, also, here are two other new characters I've created. They're pretty much the same character, but to make them different, I gave them different colored clothes and to make them look different from one another. So, and this is not actually Jar Jar Binks. I just call him Jar Jar Dude because he's just a member of the species. So, and he does talk sort of like Jar Jar. And you can see the backdrops I've cut out shadows of people. I try to make it look like the room is full of people, but I don't know. I could work at it more, but I'm not going to go too much on every little detail. But I know it seems like I've already done. But and here are Tusken Raiders, Sand People, or what do you want to call them? Just part of episode 1. I mean, not 1, episode 4. Yeah, you see them in episode 4. Okay. And you have these other two guys. They were in Star Wars Kevin Eddy episode 2. This is Bosk. I actually use the default eyes from the Movie Zoo character, so they actually blink and everything. His mouth doesn't move. I didn't spend a lot of too much detail in animating his mouth or anything, so I just left his mouth alone. Same way with Nia Num too, or Nia Num. Same way with him. I didn't bother. I could. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard, but I could animate it, but I didn't. I didn't want to make too much keyframing that I would actually have to do. But who knows, I may change my mind. Anyway, there's two more of these guys right here. I just kind of like try to fill in the spaces of it. And you remember this guy, he's also from episode 4, you had a glance, he's the T-Head. Whatever his name was. I just call him T-Head because I can't remember his name. I got more Tusken Raiders over there in this booth. And over here, I got more people over here. And this right here is a Tweakle, whatever you want to see with the dancer. She was actually Jabba the Hutt slave. In the beginning of this scene, she was sitting over here on top of the tail of Jabba the Hutt. She was sitting on top of him. Okay, and over here I made another little character. He's not Yoda, but he is a younger version, sort of like of him, but it's not him. Just a member of the species. So I changed Yoda up a bit. Made him look more like Yoda. You'll see him later on in this episode. As the episode grows, he'll come around in the middle of it. So, and there you see there is Kevin Eddy, still frozen in carbonite from episode 2. So now he's here, and everybody's trying to rescue the Rom. But anyway, okay, over here I got the band. Let me show you. I got Max Rebo, and he's divided up also into pieces, and he's animated with the keyframe. I call it sort of like puppet animation, where you just puppeteer it. Same way with Sly something, I forget her name, it's Sly, but yeah, I tried to really go with the flow of Star Wars. I tried to make it sort of like what George Lucas created. And here we have I can't remember his name. but I just basically named. He's divided up into a lot of pieces too for animation. I've already animated them. Starting of this, she's singing and dancing, and the little Jawa's falling in love. So yeah, I know that's crazy. And over here and behind Java, I had the kitchen, and I had these two guys just constantly yelling at each other. So I mean, I just kind of like put a little life into the background, so everything wouldn't look so dull. Not animating everything around it as you animate your main characters. You have you have to bring your background to life. You got to add life to your background, or your videos are going to look boring. I'm sorry, but yeah, to me they're boring if there is nothing going on in the background. I like to add a little bit of excitement or chaos or anything, or something a little funny happen into the background. And these two guys will be funny. You'll hear them yelling at each other. I don't know, maybe I'll end that off with something like I did before in episode 2. But who knows? This is pretty much it. I just wanted to show everybody how far I am on Star Wars Kevin Eddy episode 3, and it's, to me, it's pretty much shaping up into, in good condition. It's shaping up is what I meant. It's really it's going good. Okay, I'll probably animate the band a little bit more right toward the end of this scene. I'm not for sure. I haven't made my mind up. I'm sort of kind of like, I have the story written, but I'm sort of like kind of like making the scripts up as I go. So I just like, I'm looking at my story and I make the scripts and what I'm going to have this person saying, or what am I going to have them doing. So I do it that way because it better helps me come up with ideas to what they're going to say or what they're going to do, compared to the story that I have written. So I try to keep it within the story. Alright. Anyway, this is pretty much it. So I hope y'all enjoyed my little sneak peek about what I'm doing with Star Wars Kevin Eddy episode 3. I haven't got far enough to make a trailer yet, but once I do, I'll release a trailer hopefully within a month. I'm taking my time with this. I know I didn't give an actual release date. I just mentioned 2020. So because I'm really not for sure of the release date yet. But once I get far enough and I think that I'm coming close to a release date, then I will post it and announce the release date. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. So y'all have a blessed night, and until next time.